Josh Herrera here with Cage Minds, interviewing Brian Mendoza, and we're here at Coach Salas Boxing Academy here in Sin City, Las Vegas, New Mexico. Brian, how's it going? Just to let everyone know, this is Brian Mendoza, 18-0, 13 KOs. How you feeling today, champ?
Feeling great, man. You guys are coming back.
A couple questions here from people here at Cage Minds. Moving away from New Mexico, making this jump, how long did it take for you to get comfortable, not just moving to Vegas, but a new coach and a new environment?
Well, getting used to Vegas took a little time. It's actually kind of similar to Albuquerque, but obviously still a whole different city, different vibe, different cultures and all that. But now from boxing-wise, we came with Salas and stuff. He's Cuban too, and my dad, he's actually from the same neighborhood as my dad and everything back in Cuba.
Wow.
And just super positive vibes. So it was day one, that was comfortable. I felt completely happy here. I felt right. That was a big part of the decision to be able to move out here. Because I wanted to see, how we clicked and everything. Because, you don't even like each other. You meet each other or something, you never know. But no, vibe from day one, and that was a big part of the push to move out here too.
Wow. That's intense, right away. Back in May, you kicked off some ring rust after a round. In August, you were back in full gear. What was the difference in the two performances, and how did the layoff affect you? Maybe just looking back a little bit.
Right. Yeah. That first fight, the first round was a little rough, trying to get back in that rhythm. There's just a bunch of stuff like I didn't actually end up getting like much sparring and stuff, and then we were still trying to get in rhythm with our like mitts and trying to learn that academy, come through that academy. But no, it was just getting back in there. So I never took a vacation or time off or anything like that, but still, a fight's a fight. It's different. But I feel like I'm with the right coach. He adjusted me in that corner, and we came out and blew him out in that second round.
Outstanding performance. How did you feel in the win over Muhammad Rodriguez in that quick finish?
It was big because I know he's an awkward fighter. Really tough. He takes prospects and really tough fighters the distance, or if he doesn't really get knocked out. So that was like the thing. So to be able to do that to him in 2 rounds, and the way I did it, it was awesome, man. Because I knew it was a real win. Not a world champion or anything like that, but it was just a solid step up. Some people thought I bit off more than I could chew, but obviously not.
Yeah, I think you bit off a piece of something that you wanted to chew right there. What's next for you and coach?
What's next? It's looking like we'll be back in the ring in November. Again, top rank's getting us back in there, moving as fast. But that's what we want. I want to stay busy. I can't stand the layoffs. So we're here just training every day, learning every day, and be ready for that one in November.
How do you feel, or how do you establish yourself now out here? What's the secret to Mendoza's and his? Or just give us a little bit of something that's in.
Man, it's really just about taking that risk. I was 16-0, sitting on the shelf and everything, and I kind of felt like I hit a wall. So it's just taking that risk. I felt like it was time to sink or swim. So we came out to Vegas, and obviously met Salas and them. I felt like I was with the right people, building the right team and all that. And just take that risk, man. Take the jump. When you're ready for it. Well, you might not feel you're ready for it. There's always something that can hold you back, but it's time to sink or swim. We came out and I signed with the promoter of my dreams. I'm with my favorite trainer. It worked out, but you won't know until you just try it. So you're always gonna find a reason to let me wait for this, let me wait for that. But just jump, make the jump, see what happens.
Yeah.
Pour your heart into it, man. That's all you can do.
Well, touching base on that, where's your confidence level at now?
My confidence it's always been there, but I feel like it's boosted now because the training that we go through, it's always fundamentals, and so I feel a lot more solid, with everything, just improving everything. He breaks you down, and you lift your elbow when you do this. You might move your hands this way when you do this, and he breaks everything down. He spots everything, and so the fact that we built from the ground up again. I obviously did a lot of good things, but everything's improving. It's like little details here and there. So I feel way more confident in just why I do things, like why I'm doing what I'm doing. My last 2 knockouts were 100% set up. Actually, for the Muhammad Rodriguez fight, he adjusted me, like he literally called the hook because my straights weren't landing, and then he told me like he's waiting for you to lunge in, he's making you fall in, so look for that hook. And in my head I'm like, I don't see the hook, but I don't give a damn, you know, I'm here with the professor, we're gonna go chase for it. So I started it right away. You can actually see in that round, I started trying to touch the hook and it was landing. Okay. And then we just kept setting with that hook, and in that same round I slept him with the left hook. So knowing why you're doing everything you're doing, it makes a huge difference. So that was a long answer, but my confidence is way higher right now.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
You're changing the future of boxing. For the short time that I have known you, I've noticed some of your methods and your techniques is really you got a futuristic thing going on out here, and some people may have other things to say, but from what I've seen, you're changing. I think you're changing the style of boxing in many ways, and like Brian touched, you're a professor of the game. You break things down to a whole nother level. You recently just got back from a fight. Where were you, Coach?
I was in Nagoya, Japan. We have a fight last Sunday. One of my fighters, Japanese fighter. And yeah, and about myself, what I think I am like keep continue the old school, because what happened to me, the new school, the boxing all around the world, everybody like to do the same thing the superstar doing. Okay, and I don't like to say any example of it, but sometimes I like disappoint how people forget to go to the basics, to go to the fundamentals, like the old school did. I am the continuation of the old school in the modern time. It's all about.
And then that's turning things back to the future, because like you said, a lot of people are going with this new direction, but you're bringing back.
Exactly. And then I feel sorry, really. I feel very sorry when I see a trainer and I see fighter try to do the same thing any superstar doing, you know. So in boxing is individual sport, very individual. And I always like the fighter. They have their own way to use his skill. The fundamental skill is same to everyone, only the different change by style. So the fighter must have their own style, and then you can do whatever you want.
Coach, you seem to be a busy man. Not only are you running, which I'm thinking is considered now one of the name and top names, and starting to look like one of the most productive gyms, new location, and you seem to have a lot of fighters, Coach. You're never sitting down. You're always busy. How do you feel about always being?
I'm really very happy to do what is my passion. You know, boxing is passion for me and my family. And good is I have to be in touch with different cultures, from Europe to Asia to Africa to America, South and North, and this made me be what I am now. All this touch, all this always learning, never-ending learning. So to have this confidence to work with different culture and fighter is a way of a good thing for me.
And Coach, one last question. You have a very charismatic personality yourself. You're very down to earth. You're very positive, and I've seen how you help people no matter what. You're always you're never shy to give a little bit of advice, or first time I met you, you took us in with open arms, and I just wanted to know what's your future with everything, and your future with Brian, and what are you looking to really accomplish? Where your next step?
For any trainer, any trainer, it's important to have accomplish their own work. For example, any trainer, if you ask, everybody like to make champion. But what is it different? To make a champion, first you need to have the talent. And number two, you need to work hard. So never ending, you have to work hard daily. For example, I arrived last night, today morning, I am here at the gym, doing my job, doing my passion, and never ending. Day after tomorrow, I have to go to Holland, keep working, come back and keep working all year long, 24/7. Because when I back at home, always I doing my homework, my training program. I check. We have now the internet and everything, and we get all the information through the social media. So I using all those tools, no? So never ending. Back home, work. Wherever I am, work. So I think it's a good to anyone who got passion from boxing, because always it's growing, always, never ending. I am happy what I'm doing, happy. I've been learning from many great guys. We have Miguel Diaz beside us. He's a legend.
He's a legend.
Yeah, always we've been meeting for more than 30 years, almost 30 years, and always in respect, learning from the best, try to make from me all the best I can do for somebody else, and try to help someone the same way I took it from him and from many others. I like to give for free, the same thing. It's my wisdom.
I hope you're hearing those words, sports fans. There's not too many like him left. There's not, and I've seen a lot. I guess my last question there for you, Mr. Mendoza. You know, people back home want to know what's this normal guy, nice guy, very respectable man here. You know, they want to know what's with those most intense eyes and those stare downs. To this smile now. How does that switch up? What's going on there?
No, it's because people will say like, oh, you know, it's fight time, this and that, it's time to turn on, but it's from the weigh-ins. That's when the show starts. You know, we're trying to, you know, I try to check my opponent, see what they're really bringing inside, and on top of that, you wake the crowd up. Because there's been times where, like, most of the times at weigh-ins, people don't cheer for unless they're your local. You know, weigh-ins are like a big, like some of your family comes or whatever. And I've noticed everywhere I go, people start clapping, cheering, they get into it. So it's a little of everything, man. I'm checking you for sure. I'm waking the crowd up. The show starts there. We're entertainers. So it's time to go. It's time to wake everyone up, get them more into it. Makes things way more exciting.
Right on.
Just a big bonus, man.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait till fight night to start the show.
Cage Minds reporting here at Salas Boxing Academy. If you're ever in Las Vegas, Nevada, mecca of boxing, you know, stop by, check this man out, and come see the champ right out in Mexico. You know, the top-ranked fighter here with the best. Coach Salas again, Salas Boxing Academy, Las Vegas, Nevada. Cage Minds out.